Welcome, guys, to Rebel Rock. I am Dan. This is our little hangout. We go through some vinyl, we talk some music. I haven't done this in ages. And, well, I'll tell you why. I've been going through my whole house. You can see behind me. There's a lot of stuff. I have a lot of shit. I spent the last, 7 weeks, pretty much every free moment that I've had, going through everything. I think I've gotten rid of probably about 20% of the stuff that I owned. I've been trading it into like local media shops. If it's stuff that doesn't mean everything to me, I get rid of it at this point. So it's good. It's been nice. What it allows me to do is declutter, which feels good, and also build up some credit so I can get some new records that I've always wanted, just, wasn't able to find, or didn't really want to pay the price. So if I have credit, I don't feel so bad spending maybe $40 on a record, which is a lot, but it's credit. It's stuff that I already had sitting around. So that's where I've been. I've been cleaning my house. I have a stack of punk rock vinyl that we're going to go through. I did a trade with another band. My band, the River City Rebels, has vinyl coming out very soon. We're going to talk about that as we go. We'll start diving into the snags right now. First one we picked up was this Black Flag. The first 4 years. I had this on CD, when I first got into punk rock. Back in the mid to late 90s, this was like one of the first ones you get, And for me, this is the only one that I need. I'm not a huge Black Flag fan. This is it. This is pretty much it. I need Nervous Breakdown, Fix Me, I've Had It, Wasted, Jealous Again, Revenge. That's pretty much all I need. If that was it, I'd be good. And it's perfection, really. So I'm happy to have that one finally in the collection. The new Hives album. Oh my god. I'm late to the Hives, I'll admit it. At first I'm like, I don't know, it's kind of shticky, it's kind of a gimmick band. But as years gone on, I'm like, the more I hear of the Hives, the more like it makes sense now. This new album's just as good as any of the other Hives stuff. I listened to this on Spotify. I knew I had to have it, so credit, we got it. Here's a band from Australia called Punter. A lot of you guys probably don't know about these guys. Pretty small band, but I'll tell you what, this album brings the heat. I'm trying to even think what they sound like. It's a 3-piece. How would I describe it? It's melodic, but it's hard. It's very up-tempo. I don't have words for it. Look it up online. Punter, punk band, live. See any of their footage. The music video is really good too. Yeah, track that down. Another band I'm kind of late to is Downtown Boys. This is a band from Providence, Rhode Island, I do believe. And I knew about them years and years ago. The kind of like X-Ray Specs type punk rock, female fronted, very political, lots to say. I've been sleeping on them for the last couple of years. I knew the first album a little bit, but hadn't followed them since. And then stumbled on this, and I was like, whoa, what is this? What I love about this band is the lead vocalist. She's got a very limited range, but the band makes up for it with these beautiful melodies and grooves, and you get kind of lost in it. That's how I would describe it. It's great stuff. I can't wait to see them live now. I did a trade with the drummer from the Voodoo Glow Skulls. Well, he's the former drummer, but he's the classic drummer. If you know Voodoo Glow Skulls from California, one of the pioneer ska punk bands of the third wave. One of my favorite bands. I have a tattoo. My band, the River City Rebels, toured with them. I've loved them for years. But the drummer, Jerry, reached out and was like, hey, you have any copies of Keepsake of Luck, River City Rebels? And I'm like, yeah. Do you have any Ferme? And he's like, yeah. So we made the trade. Awesome. I love this album so much. This is one of my high school albums. Fond memories. It was a band I didn't understand at first either. When I bought this on cassette back in 95, 96. Didn't make any sense. I was like, what is this? Then I saw them live a couple months later, and I was just blown away how good they were. All made sense. And then it came full circle, and my band got to tour with them, and they were there when I got arrested. It was a good time. Also tossed in the 7-inch here for Dogpile. Very cool. Actually found this in person at Bull Moose. It's like the local media shop in New England. The Pains of Being Pure at Heart, I love. This is one of the EPs I didn't have. Swoop that up. Here's a band I found out about in the last, last 8 months, I guess. Television Personalities. And late 70s English, minimal, very poppy, but raw. It's awesome, especially this first album. I love it. Check it out. If you haven't heard this album, please do so. Oh, Jerry from Voodoo Glow Skulls, the drummer, he now is the drummer in Emily and the Blackouts. There you go. See him right there. So, I'm excited. I've heard singles. I haven't spun this one yet. I've just heard the music videos. This was a cool pickup. This Screamers demo. So the Screamers, LA band, electronic. What did they have? It's like 2 keyboards and a drummer type deal. Real loud, noisy stuff. I don't think they ever officially released an album. I think it's just the demo stuff is what they released. If you like electronic punk combined, that's your alley right there. The Hives, we talked about them before. Had to snag that up. You guys know Billy Tibbles? No? Maybe you do. Power pop, kind of glammy. He's like the updated Mark Bolan. He's doing that same type of thing. He's from England, moved to the States, lives in LA. I think he's part of the whole Uni Boys, Lemon Twigs kind of scene in LA. This stuff's really good. This is his second EP, I guess. 7 songs, really strong. Like I said, if you like T-Rex, Mark Bolan, mixed with a little bit of power pop stuff, that's it right there. That's what you got. Billy Tibbles. Here's a classic by the Slackers, Red Light. I'm glad that Pirates Press reissued this on vinyl so I could get a copy of it. We have Vic Ruggiero right there, the lead singer, keyboard player. I'm a big fan. He actually played on the River City Rebels Hate to Be Loved album. He plays keys on a few of the tracks. I nerded out over that, and I still nerd out over that. So happy to have that. Traditional ska. Another Hives album. I had a lot of these Hives album like on CD, but I wanted the vinyl just like I said, I had the credit, and why wouldn't I? What I love about this channel is that it puts it out into the world that I love music. I do. I love discovering music. I like adding it to the catalog, to my library. It inspires me, especially new bands. My buddy Cubby, who I've been talking to lately, about trying to do a podcast together or some sort of web show. Hopefully it's going to happen. He gave me the heads up on these guys. This is Poison Ruin from Philadelphia. How would you describe? I guess if you mix doom and oi together, you would have Poison Ruin. Primitive production, which works really well for that kind of doomy stuff. It's clever. It's good. It's really solid. And I just went on a whim and snagged it up because Cubby was like, "Hey, you should check it out," and I was like, "Yeah, I should." Speaking of friends, my friend Lee from the band Madcap, one of my favorite bands of all time, hit me up and was like, "Hey, man, I don't know if you know about these guys, but if you don't know, you should check them out." And I did, and I was like, you know what? We need some of this on vinyl. And this is Spiritual Cramp. I wasn't familiar with them, but I guess they're making kind of waves in the underground. I like it. It's a little bit different. The production's a little bit different. It's a little cleaned up. I don't know how I'd describe it. It's punky, but it's not super punky. It's got some new wave overtones on it. It's what's happening right now. It's kind of hot, so we're gonna dive into it some more. I've only seen some live video stuff that Lee had sent to me. So Lee, thanks for the heads up on that, man. So New River City Rebels, my band. We hadn't done anything in it's like a decade. I mean, we've done little things here and there, but no recorded music. This past summer, we went into the studio, cut some new songs, reached out to Screaming Crow Records, and they're like, "Let's do it." So February 16th, I think it's coming out. It's releasing, but we have a brand new 7-inch called Pop Culture Baby. We got 4 tracks on there. It's exciting. It's a bunch of color variants too. It's a limited run of 300, so get them now, or you're not gonna get them later. Screaming Crow Records, if you look it up, the pre-order's on there. Super excited to be working with them again. Our last 7-inch we released like a decade ago was on Screaming Crow Records as well. So they sent us our copies of the record that's coming out, and they also hooked it up. Eric over there hooked it up with a bunch of 7-inches. They're doing this action rock jukebox series, which is a bunch of 45 singles. But what's happening is the A side is a cover of some 70s band, right? And then the B side is an original from the artist. So Scumbag Millionaires. We got Black Sheriff doing Jay Giles centerfold there. We got Radar Love, or my bad, we got Stacy Crow doing Radar Love. The Cheats, I love this cover. They did Rock and Roll Love Letter, which was originally done by Bay City Rollers. Well, Bay City Rollers made it popular. It was a cover of a cover. So this is a cover of a cover, but still awesome. We got Dirty Denims, Rock and Roll All Night was their A-side. And we got Killer Hearts, Doctor Doctor. So, cool series. I'm hoping Rebels can get in on this, because we have an artist that we would like to cover that hasn't been touched upon on those. Eric, thank you. Screaming Crow Records, New River City Rebels. I can't wait. That's what we got, but what's going to happen is I'm going to film a bunch of episodes because I've been storing stuff up from the last 2 months, really. So you're going to see me again in the same clothes because I'm going to film the next one, and you'll see it next week. So let me know in the comments anything cool that you saw in here, something you've picked up, something maybe you've inspired to buy. I don't know. Just say hello. It's cool to find out where you guys are coming from, who's finding it, all that stuff. Till next time, do what you do. Toodaloo.